Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. And today on the channel I have a special guest.
Hey, it's Jacob.
And today on the channel we're going to be talking about a brand new kids film called
Lyle Lyle Crocodile.
But before we get into our thoughts on this brand new kids film, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, comment below your thoughts on this film, and also turn the notification bell so you never miss any video that I post and I upload weekly. And now without further ado, let's get into the review. Lyle Lyle Crocodile is a feature film based on the children's book about a crocodile that lives in New York City that can sing. The film stars
Shawn Mendes,
Javier Bardem,
Constance Wu,
Winzo Fegley, Scoot McNairy,
and Brett Gelman.
And was directed by Josh Gordon and Will Speck, and they have done films like The Switch, Office Christmas Party, and Blades of Glory. So my initial thoughts of Lyle Lyle Crocodile, the actual trailer, I thought the trailer looked alright. It wasn't really anything too exciting for me. I was very interested in the fact that Shawn Mendes was in this, and I was just interested to see how his acting style would be. So that really was my initial thoughts about this film. What did you think about the trailer, Jacob?
The trailer was really cool. Whenever I saw the trailer, I was like, oh my god, it's a crocodile singing. I want to watch this so bad. And every time I watched the trailer, it got better and better every single time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those trailers where kids are really going to be really interested in watching this. And I think it's a really good family film, definitely to take your kids out. I think the kids, they'll have some laughs in this, and they'll enjoy the songs in this. I think some of the songs, they're pretty good. I would say most of the songs are pretty easy to really get into or dance to or clap to or sing along to. I think they're pretty catchy songs for the most part. I like that the film, it wasn't like a full-fledged musical. I thought it would be like a full-fledged musical. Did you think it would be a musical, Jacob? Or did you think that it would be, you know, something more on the lines of just a regular movie? Or what did you think?
Whenever I saw the trailer, I thought it was going to be a mix of a movie and a musical, kind of like 50-50, but with both of them mixed together.
Yeah, and I think the movie, it's a very cute movie. Wouldn't you agree that it's a cute movie for kids? You think kids will really enjoy this movie?
Yeah, you should definitely take your kids out to go see this movie.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good family movie, a good like Friday night outing. We saw it on a Friday night. We didn't have a lot of people in our showing, but I thought that everybody was pretty quiet and it seemed like the kids were really attentive to the movie and they seemed like they really enjoyed it. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, and I think there were some funny moments in here. I would say the only things that, for me, that was maybe a negative for this film, and, you know, people will have different feelings about this, but I think that the fact that Lyle couldn't talk, I thought that that was kind of a negative. I guess it was a little bit different, but really Shawn Mendes, he doesn't have any lines in this film. He's just singing. Whenever somebody asks him a question, he just kind of has a blank kind of look, and he has actions with his facial expressions. So he doesn't have any type of lines in this. So his singing is really good. So I will agree that singing is really good. And I also thought that the actual story with having the boy actually discover Lyle, I thought that that was kind of funny. And I like that you're building friendship in this movie and having the crocodile really warm up to him and then having the crocodile be accepted by the family. I thought that that was a really good story to actually have. I think the only other kind of negatives that I can really say about this film, and some of it's kind of nitpicky, is I think it's really odd that a lot of these kids' films are in New York City a lot. I think that a lot of times it's kind of oversaturated with being in New York or California. It would be cool if it was in a different town. That's really nitpicky. It doesn't really affect the film, but it's just something that I really notice a lot with kid films. And the other thing that I did notice in this film that I really wasn't much of a fan of, it was the part where the Lyle the crocodile, when he's in the zoo, do you remember that part?
Yes.
And he turns to the dad, and the dad says to him, "Not all problems are meant to be solved." He says something along the lines of that. I didn't really like that line, especially for something for kids. I think it's a pretty decently acted film. I think kids are really going to enjoy it. What did you really think about the film? Did you really like it, Jacob?
Yeah, I really liked it. My negatives were kind of the same thing of yours. Like, I didn't like that he couldn't talk. I think it would have more meaning to it if he actually talked instead of sang. And also about the New York thing. Yes, a lot of movies are created in New York or have like the theme or setting in New York, like Secret Life of Pets, Home Alone,
Tom and Jerry. Tom and Jerry's in New York.
Yep. A lot of different kids' films are made or have a setting and theme in New York.
Yeah, and the only other thing I would say is in the family aspect, I thought the father, he was a little plain at times. I didn't think anybody's acting was bad, but I think for the most part, they all have serviceable acting. And one thing you did notice in here that you told me, and I don't watch this show, but you noticed who Mr. Grumps was?
Yes, Mr. Grumps is Brett Gelman. He plays Murray Bauman in Stranger Things. He is one of my favorite characters in Stranger Things. And whenever I watched this movie, I was like, I know this person. And then whenever I kept watching it, I was like, oh, that's Murray Bauman from Stranger Things.
Yeah, so just a little fun fact about this film. I don't watch Stranger Things. He pointed it out to me right away when we were watching this film, and you knew right away. So that was cool. So something you guys, if you didn't know, he is in Stranger Things.
So now we're going to get on to our favorite characters. What are your favorite characters in this film?
So I would say it's probably the little boy. I like the courage that he has. I like that he is trying to, have people accept Lyle for who he is, because Lyle also has kind of that personality that is he's sort of kind of scared. And I think the boy, he is kind of scared at first because when he first moves there, he is really scared to go into school and people are picking on him. And I think Lyle, he correlates to him because Lyle, he is really scared at meeting the family at first, because in the beginning of the film, when he is actually abandoned by Javier Bardem, he is really scared to meet them, and he's used to people actually not really accepting him. So I think that they have this kind of correlation that really speaks volumes to similarities that they actually have as characters. Who's your favorite character?
My favorite character is Mr. Grumps, played by Brett Gelman. And my other favorite character would be Lyle, because played by Shawn Mendes, because his singing is awesome, and I love the way they created his character and his thoughts and his feelings.
Yeah, and Top of the World was probably like the best song, I think, with the film. That was the first song that he sang. I thought that was the best song. Did you have a favorite song at all?
The Top of the World, yeah.
Yeah, Top of the World was really good. I think that was probably the most catchiest. That's in the trailer, so I can understand why we both really like that song. Do you have anything else that you wanted to add about the film, or anything else you want to tell anybody about it?
The film is good. You should definitely go see it in theaters right now.
What would you rate it?
My rating would be 4. What are your ratings?
4 out of 5?
Yeah, 4 out of 5.
I'm going to go with a 3 out of 5. I personally think this film is probably better than when we watched Minions and DC Super Pets, and better than Paws of Fury, I think. What do you think? Do you think this is better than those films, or equal, or?
It's better because the last films we did or watched, I gave them 3 or 3.5. But this one, I would say, was pretty decent, so I would give it 4 out of 5.
Yeah, and it was entertaining. We were never bored. I thought that it moved pretty fast and it wasn't too long. It was a pretty solid film for sure. And that's our review, guys. Thank you guys for listening. You heard what we thought about this film. It's a pretty decent film. You should go take your kids if you want to go check it out. Even if you're an adult, I think you can enjoy this film. I don't think that adults can't enjoy this film. There's not a lot of jokes, I would say, in this film, but for the most part, it's a pretty heartfelt film, and it's a film that I think is a harmless film that everybody can pretty much go watch. But those are our thoughts on the film. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on our next review.